Yes, what is up, y'all? It is time to motivate. We are back. We're here to get this party going started with Lauren Skurlock, my buddy, my pal, my old fluffy monster, joining in as always as we conclude this a wonderful, amazing series called In Conclusion to the Trauma series, y'all. We talked about everything from bullying, the trauma in our relationships, and we brought it all together. And now we're going to talk about like pretty much the healing aspect after everything we both went through. How did we like start it all off? And then we're going to slowly get into the next topic after this wonderful episode. We're going to do a little tab back of a next topic called Fake Friends, bitch. Yes. Oh, yes, bitch. Y'all going to love this wonderful topic. And surprise for me and y'all, that's going to be the season finale episode for Fake Friends. It's the season finale topic. So, yeah. Yes, yes. So, Lauren, my
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
All right, girl. We're gonna get into this fun stuff. I'm animated as fuck, but
All the
we're gonna
time.
we're gonna get into. I wrote some notes down. Yes, I have my little itty bitty notebook. So we got the tea together.
Right?
All right, we're gonna start off like the reason for like sharing our stories. Like, what do you want the audience to get out of all of this while we from sharing both sides of our stories of our topics of trauma.
That even straight, gay, it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
They both go through the same thing in
Oh
the
yeah.
relationship, friendships, judgments. It's not just one sexuality that goes through one thing.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of people think, they look at a gay couple and when I look at a gay couple, sometimes I'm like, y'all got it all figured out. Because some of those relationships are freaking awesome. Like,
Hmm.
and they look awesome. But what's behind closed doors?
They go through the same thing.
So to be honest with you, it's kind of like the same
Hmm.
aspect.
Yes, yes,
It's the same aspect. There is nothing different
that's
other
right.
than other than the sexual, the sexualities being together. That's it.
Hmm. And then on top of that, I'm gonna get you more passionate. How do you? What do
Um,
you got? I just love it when we both get passionate about this shit. Now on the relationship part, what do you want to tell to all my amazing uncles out there that's struggling to come out of the closet, but at the same time putting another female through another
you ain't
situation?
struggling to come out of that damn closet. You ain't struggling to come out of that closet. You just refusing to come out of the closet because you're selfish. You selfish not to come out of the closet. You using somebody else to cover up what kind of sex you like.
Mm,
That's what you're doing.
mm-hmm.
You're using somebody else. That ticks me off.
Oh
Don't be going into another man's inbox talking about how fine he is because you already know he's gay. But yet
yeah.
you at a house with a wife and some kids. That's ignorant.
Mm. You don't mind if I add on something into it? I want to share a little itty bitty experience what happened to me.
Go around here
Girl, let me give you
because
this tip.
I'm trembling. Go ahead. Mm.
Girl, let me tell you, this one individual, he hit me up like what, a week or so ago? Mind
You
you,
told me this one.
oh yeah, he just came out of jail. He had the audacity to text me. And I told him, do not text me anymore because number one, I am not your side bitch. I am not your closet hoe.
No,
I'm
you ain't no option. You ain't no option.
I'm the main course. I'm the main choice in this bitch.
Undeserved.
And remind you, he has a whole wife and kids. He didn't tell me this in the beginning. He just told me right then and there. I was like, oh, he's slick. Okay, my turn. When you're ready to come out your closet, let me know. He told my older kids don't deserve. You should have thought about that when you was fucking. So about that when you was fucking her. So now the girl feels now the woman his girl feel betrayed while he's over here exploring.
Hold on a minute.
Oh shit.
Say that again. Because your
Oh,
camera went out and I missed some things.
oh shit. Let me repeat that. Um,
And
I was
it glitched. I
it glitched.
need to do that again.
Okay, let me do that again. Damn you, camera. I was saying that his girlfriend, wife, etc. He's the one. He has kids with her. Has kids with her and everything. And
Oh,
I told him, I said, you should have thought about that twice while you was fucking her instead of exploring every other like I'm the option. And that's not fair to the girlfriend that you're dealing with and the children. He was saying, oh, it's not fair to my kids. You should have thought about that well before you start fucking. And that's the part where I don't know where these guys do where it come from. I can't speak for all of them. All I can say is like, yo, my advice, just come out the closet. Don't put that female through a lot of shit. Don't do that.
that is the fakest thing you can do to somebody. That is the
That's
fakest
just
shit
not
you
being
can do.
genuine.
You know, that's the most painful thing you can do to somebody is pretend that you love them, but you can't even
You
love
don't.
yourself enough to come out of the freaking closet. You don't even love yourself enough to come out of the closet and be who you want to be. You need to be
Mhm.
who you want to be and stop being what you are not. If you are not heterosexual, you're not heterosexual. Nobody is going to judge you for that. But yeah, you worried about it. You worried about what somebody else is going to think of you. You worried about that. You're
And
selfish.
and
Because you about to make somebody go into therapy probably the rest of their life. You're about to
they've
really
been hurt and traumatized by it.
you're going to hurt that person because they're going to think they're ugly. They're going to think that they're not good enough. They're going to think so many things. You don't even know what you're doing to that person. If you are bisexual, you're bisexual. If you are gay, you are gay. That's just the way it is. But you need to be honest with yourself and forgive yourself for being ignorant. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Tell her, we need to part on good terms because I'm not happy in the relationship. I am gay or I am lesbian, and move on from it. And a judge is not going to take your children away from you just because you are gay. They're going to take you away from your children because you're an asshole. That's the time they would do that. Literally. I mean, you are able to love who you want to love.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't want, you're so worried. People are so worried about being judged
or living up to their family's expectations.
Right, that part. Yeah.
I never understood it. I've always been a rebellious person. I never lived by my family's expectations.
I'm going to tell you something about family. Family just means your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That just means your blood. That just means you are related. It does not matter what color your skin is. Me and Ray are tight. That's my brother. That's my number one. Okay. So when I say that, we're not blood related. Family will screw you worse than anybody else will. Right now.
Say it again. Say it again for those people who tell you.
For the ones in the back, your family will fuck you worse than anybody else. And they will.
Mm-hmm. We both have experience.
Because you are related does not mean that you have to affiliate. If they're dragging you down as an individual, if they're making you feel less of a person, if you do not even feel wanted there, don't be there.
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you're not wanted there, you can walk in a room and tell if you're wanted or not. Observe the room.
Feel the energy out.
Right? Feel that. And I can guarantee you, if you're not wanted there, then don't be there. If you feel uncomfortable to the point where it's just like, I don't belong in this place, then you don't. Mm-hmm. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you strong. That makes you a good individual. Because you see the fake in your family. You see the fake. You see everything that you do not want to be a part of. But yet at Christmas time, we swallow that big old pill and go hang out. And I understand that. Visit once a year. Visit once a month. But don't let anybody talk negative towards your business, towards what you got, towards your sexuality. And be you and stop trying to be something that they want you to be. They want you to be heterosexual, become this, that, and the other. Have a wife, have kids, fake that smile like they have to fake because you know their relationship is trash. Because you already know. You already know their relationship is fake.
Full
They
of
act,
shit.
they act like they're happy. Happiness is within yourself.
That's a
So
fact.
yeah. So just so you very much where you be you and stop trying to be this other person and putting a good solid female or good solid male through a bunch of shit that is not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Hmm.
It's not.
It really isn't. And
It's not necessary to hurt somebody like that.
it's sad that now, like looking back at everything, what I went through, what I went through, it's like
Mhm.
some of my family wanted me to really be someone that I'm not. And I'm like, my mother did not raise me like this. And I was like, I'm glad I'm a rebellious person and I stay true to who I was. Because if I would have did that to any other female,
Rebels unite.
shit,
Yes, I will.
I'm a rebellious bitch. I don't care. I be like this.
I'm
This
very
is
rebellious.
this is my saying when I say at work. I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm not your fucking slave. Get over your shit, please. I say that every time because I say it at my job because they like to
You're not
talk
feeding
down to
me.
you.
If you're not feeding me, fucking me, and paying all my bills, you have no say in my house.
That's
Period.
right. I tell them just like this. I am not your slave. Wake the fuck up and get your head up out your ass.
Mhm.
Please enjoy the day you deserve. And
That's nicer than the way I would have put it. And
and
you know me.
I have to because I don't want to be. I just want to cuss at them and be like, "Who the fuck you think you are?" And this is like this Pandora's box comes right on in. Because when I get angry, it comes out and everybody's like, "Oh, leave that motherfucker alone." I said, I'm my mother's child.
Mm, yeah.
I'm like Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. I don't like to hurt, but if you push me, I'm gonna knock this living hell out of you. Hmm. I told you, y'all got one time with me. Everyone that has encountered me understood me. 1, 2, 3. Even you have, and you never crossed my boundaries. You respected me as a whole human being throughout all these years, and that's why I love you and appreciate you so damn
I
much.
always try to make you laugh. I make you laugh on the daily.
You do. I'll be like, this
I
woman
call you,
here.
I call you in the morning with something crazy. That ignorant woman called me.
I
Listen.
said this. Oh yeah, I called you, and you was like, "What she say?" You went off. I said, "Oh, here we go." I tell you, if there was a problem, I have this individual right here that's looking at your screen now. She will drive to New York City in less than 10 hours and be
Well,
up
what
here.
do I tell you every night before you get home? Is New York safe?
I'm like, I'm safe. New York State safe and sound. She's crazy, y'all.
Yes.
Mm-mm. Talk about Lilith. Y'all not ready for that bitch to come out. I
No.
want you to be alive.
Mm.
And the next little point I want to talk about. Hmm. Did you like you did during your healing journey after all the trauma you went through? You went to therapy and stuff and everything
No.
after that whole situation that you went through?
No.
Or you just started embracing, you just said, "Yo, I'm gonna be the bad
It
bitch that
was bad. It was bad enough that I was having therapists tell me they didn't know what to say.
I am."
I finally went to a therapist. I did. I did eventually, but it was probably 5 years after. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I went to a therapist in Greenville, and I finally clicked with him. And after maybe a year and a half, he was leaving, or no, he wasn't taking. Not leaving. He wasn't taking my insurance anymore.
That sucks.
Yeah, and I that hurt me. That was the first time I ever cried in therapy. he actually finally made that breakthrough and figured out that, I found, that I got attached to him as a therapist. And I don't mean that in like any kind of way. What I mean is like I
You
could
connected.
to this person and feel confident about what he was trying to get me to do.
And things started clicking. And
Yeah, and then when they weren't taking my insurance anymore, it was going to cost a lot for me to see him. So I went back when I got on some decent insurance to see if I could find him again. And they don't even have a dossier on me anymore. They don't even have file on me. We don't know where this person's at. I don't know where he's at.
Wow.
Yeah. And he told me, when you get insurance, come back and I'll always keep your file. And it was probably a year later, and they merged into something else, and he left because he was probably the nicest therapist I ever met. He was the first one to never tell me, I don't know what to say to you. I don't know what to tell you. Journal. Okay, let me go ahead and tell you something. When you got kids, you can't sit down and journal about how you feel today. That is your job for me to tell you about as a therapist. I don't understand. I understand and I don't understand journaling.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you hand it to them after you have journaled this, they don't even go over it with you. Oh, that's for your reference. I don't got time. I don't care about your journal. I care about you telling me what I need to do to get better. So yes, I did go to therapy. I went to a few therapists and I quit, and 5 years later, I found this one individual, and he was absolutely wonderful. I could click with him. He was cool. He was chill. If I couldn't make it to an appointment, he just rescheduled me. I could pretty much, he was very flexible, very awesome person. And yeah.
Yes.
So I ended up, having to heal on my own. You have to be content with yourself. You got to forgive yourself for allowing somebody to come into your life like that. Because, you have to forgive the idiocy. You have to forgive your age because you were young. You have to forgive yourself. And then you have to turn around and you eventually have to, when you have healed, when you can actually be happy for that other person that they are in your life.
Mm-hmm.
My trauma is not over. I have a few more years to go to be dealing with all the fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not in the same house as him. I'm not in any situation near him. So, and therefore, you never quite heal from the trauma of it. There's going to be times where your kid says something that reminds you of something he would have said.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be times where you're going to have your phone in your back pocket because you were reliant on answering that phone right when that individual called. There's going to be times where you're going to hurt. You're going to isolate yourself. You're going to want quiet when there's nothing quiet. You're going to want that, and you need it. Take time for that. Because trust me, I isolate still once a day. It happens. You're going to do it. You're going to want no one around you for a minute. And it's not because you want to be alone. It's because that's the only way you can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
When I first left, I still cleaned the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. I did this for months until I cleaned just as hard as I lived in the house with him.
Mm-hmm.
And the abandonment issues that came with it, and all these other things that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't. Yeah, it took me a long time to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a very long time to say, okay, I'm okay. I don't have to do this anymore. When you get to that point where you're starting to wind down, that's when you know you're healing. That's when you know that you're saying, fuck ever doing that again. That's when you get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
But my healing journey was very, I didn't know how to be. I didn't know how to be a friend. I didn't know if I had any friends left. I was so secluded. Um, I had I had to really know that I was on my own. I left with pain. I left with pain that hurt me and changed me at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I did. So you don't know how to be a human being. I understand you if you don't. And if you're getting out of a situation right now, let me tell you something. Do not go back, because keep pressing forward, because it's worth it. It is very worth it. It is very worth not having to deal with that anymore. You will heal from it.
Mm-hmm. She's living proof,
You will,
y'all.
you will live through it. You will have trauma from it, but it'll be trauma that actually is a blessing. And I don't mean that in a way of the trauma being a blessing. I'm saying leaving and what's left. You rather deal with the after effect of trauma than still living the trauma. You don't want to live in it.
Mm-mm.
That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm. See, I will say this on the air. I said this to you outside of this. I'll say to you while we're on recording live, you're the most strongest individual turkey monster I've ever met in my entire life. Even though you went through what you went through, you won. You persevered. You still won. You're the goat.
He thinks he always thinks he wins.
Oh no, you won.
Because I gave up. No, I didn't give up. No, I left because really you made me. I mean, you pushed me out, diddle, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be out when I met you. Look for your red flag. Look for your red flags.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know who a person is, tell them no.
They'll reveal.
See who they are. If you want to see who they are, tell them no.
Mm-hmm.
They give you this, I mean, and it's going to roll over into the next episode of Fake Friends. You want to see who an individual is, tell them no.
And see what happens.
It's a powerful word, is no.
No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No.
If he's laid back, calm, and he's like, okay, all right, and that's fine. Pay attention to that individual. He's okay with being told no. Worth looking at. But then you got the other individual that you tell them, what do you mean no? I just took you out to dinner. Bye bye. Right then. That's narcissistic behavior. Get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody tells me no. That's my favorite line. Yeah, they do. I did. Yeah, that's what you did. Look at your signs. Actually open your eyes. I don't care how fine the individual is. You can be fine as hell and still be ugly. Okay. You can be beautiful and still be ugly. That's just the way it is. Ray, your camera is frozen.
Oh shit. That's my
You ought to see what I'm looking at.
Yo, this camera. I was like this. Hello.
That tore me up right then.
Yeah, I was like this.
I hope you keep that.
But we crazy over here. We have to be silly on this because oh my god. But
because it's a touchy subject, you gotta laugh about it. You gotta laugh.
It's very touchy. It's very touchy. Hear what you went through, and then on top of my stuff with me and the bully and all the other shit, coming to who I am and loving myself after being.
It's hard to tell yourself that too.
Tell me about it, bitch. Tell
It's
me
easier to
about it.
tell somebody else you love them than it is to look in the mirror and say I love you to
Mhm.
yourself.
It's a
Yeah.
challenge. I was told many times, being gay is wrong.
No,
Being gay is this.
no.
It's in the Bible I don't see in no goddamn Bible. No goddamn book about homosexuality. If y'all hear that bias, if you believe that bias shit, you're a homophobic son of a bitch. And I'm gonna say it just as nice as I said it. You're a homophobic son of a bitch. You need to go straight to hell, be struck down with a lightning bolt, and be stuck in the booty hole with that shit. And whoop it. That's what you need in your life right now. Hmm. Yeah, I said what I said. I ain't who you talking to. But yes, be like coming from that situation because my family was all in the church and stuff. It took me a long time to love myself. When I got into my early 30s, that's when I started like really embracing who I was. And I just said, fuck motherfuckers. It wasn't easy. I had to keep repeating it to myself. They don't judge you. They are not God. They are not God. Fuck them. They are not God. Fuck them. They are human beings just like me and you, made of flesh and bone. Who the
No,
hell?
it's called hypocrites because that's why I don't go to church. That's why a lot of people are veering away from the church. You know, it's
Look,
hypocritical. You know, you can't sit there and say you're supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself and then turn around and judge the person that is supposed to be in the church. Like yourself, that's being hypocritical.
and then they be fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry from one of the church
You know,
members.
the preacher messing around with, the preacher sisters.
Or the
You
man.
I'm just saying, you got too much going on. I worship at home, and I'm fine with that. You can
I'm,
worship anywhere you want to, but I'm gonna tell you something. I am tired of some hypocritical judgmental shit. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If you're gonna sit there and grin to my face and then talk about what I'm wearing the next, I
mm,
mean, oh my dear, I'm tired of that. I watched it so many times. Heck, I was sitting right there with these biddies, as we called them in the church, in the South, the biddies, the old women. They sit there and straight up smile, fake as hell. Oh, honey, I'm happy to see you. And then here we go.
look at this
We
bitch.
go sit down, and we gonna talk about, and they gonna talk about what she's wearing. Why is she here with him?
Why is she wearing it looking like a tramp? You got me fucked up looking like a tramp skanky hoe. Come into the Lord's house.
I'm telling you, like,
You got me fucked up. What's wrong with you?
we had a lesbian couple in my grandmother's church. I do have a story about this right here. But yes, I do. Okay, so we had a lesbian couple in my grandmother's church.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, oh, snap. How about spill everything right now? Anyhow, we had this lesbian couple that were in the church that had been going there a long time. They chose to split up to try to live a biblical lifestyle of the church.
What? No. No.
They are now divorced. They never married because it was the time of the don't ask, don't tell thing and all that. But yeah, they split up and then they got back together and then they after one of them got into some trouble, they split totally. But yeah, it messed them up. It started with the church and then it went on from there. Yeah, she was trying to go into a straight lifestyle because she was under the impression that she was doing wrong because of the church kind of making that assumption for her. And I have seen it, or I heard about it. My grandma acted all proud about it. And do not, before y'all go after my grandmama, no, the world is not safe for you to go after her. My grandmother is a good woman. She was raised in a different time, though. She was raised in a different time frame. My grandma was. She was very much raised in a time where you didn't do that, okay? All right? Where that was not a thing. That was not an option. Okay. Um, she's got dementia and Alzheimer's now, but she, and numerous health problems. But she literally was like, she's trying to actually go straight. And I was like, and she was like, I'm proud of her for it, but at the same time, I don't think you can just do that. My grandma even was just like, I don't think you can just do that. I said, Nina, you can't just do that. She's like, I didn't think so. Because it's kind of like loving who you want to love. And she said that herself. And she was just like, I just don't think, it's a good idea to just break up with somebody because of what somebody else says. Is she against LGBTQ? No. Is it her way of looking at it? No. But she's not going to judge somebody else for being it. She was raised in a time you didn't do that. Period.
Mm-hmm.
She was, and you know what? She'll always love you. She don't care what you are. I love my grandmama. I don't know anybody that can't love Ann Cox.
Oh.
I don't know anybody that can't. Yeah, right. I don't think you had a chance to meet her, actually.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, she's that woman right there. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that's a saint. And I don't say that about too many people. That woman's going to have the biggest funeral in North Carolina if she ever goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's serious, and I'm not over exaggerating that. That woman has touched a lot of people, a lot of people's lives in her time. Mm-hmm. She has. But yeah, that's the best. That story is a prime example. Mm-hmm. Because they went to church as lesbians. They did not care. And then all of a sudden, there was more to it than that, but I can't disclose that portion.
Can't disclose it. No, that's understandable.
There was things that led up to, like while they're no longer together as well. Like it ended up being a whole rigmarole, but it started in the church.
See, I'm happy I'm a rebellious motherfucker. I don't go to church. Excuse me for cursing so much.
I literally worship in silence. I know where my heart's at. That's the way I see myself. I don't have to hear a bunch of lies. I don't have to hear a bunch of hypocritical things to know where I'm going. I don't need to know all that. Yeah, I cuss. He knows I cuss too. I'm gonna cuss while I pray too because he already knows I'm upset for today. He knows I've had enough. He knows he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He knows I'm gonna act ignorant because I'm having an ignorant day. He knows that if I am sitting, I'm like, why?
Oh, yes, y'all. Yes, that's why. See, that's a good example. See, I hope you guys are listening to this because she gave some great points in this whole thing. See, even in the church, that's why I'm happy that I'm a Buddhist. I got the beads right here to prove it. I'm a happy Buddhist. Yes, I am. Because y'all go.
Right.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna tell you
we ain't gonna do it. Yeah, I'm a fool and I don't care. But you know me, I don't care. I'd rather be authentically. This is how we do, bubbly and all. This is how we are outside of this. When we off camera, we're worse. Behind off camera, and child, you be peeing on yourself. You will have a tickle moment with us. You thought me, well, when Ashley joins in this piece, yo, to all my amazing Buddha Bear listeners that's been listening, Ashley is doing amazingly fine. She's just been working on her other projects. She will be back next season, joining up alongside with me and Lorman, meow meow, and the rest of the Buddha Bear fams. And since that kind of concludes to the wonderful conclusion of the trauma series and relationships, bullying, and all the other shabazz, even it shows that with the struggles, whether you're hetero or gay, it just is way more fucked up than it is. So,
what was that word you just said?
Huh?
What was you said? I was like, what?
Oh wait, did I just? What did I
You
say?
invented a whole new word.
I didn't do the damn though.
You gonna have to go back and listen to that one. Just.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yo.
using it when you tell me what it is, though, because it's so.
Oh God, I forgot. See, we don't care. We don't care. I forgot. I made some new damn word. Um, I was saying. See, I'm gonna drop my fucking mic again. But shut up! Don't touch me. But but yes, I said Ashley is is doing amazing. She's doing her own thing, her own YouTube. She'll be joining back next season. She sends all her loves and hugs and kisses to everyone. Yes, she'll be back and join alongside with me, Lauren, and the rest of the Buddha Bear fam. Yeah, stick a tongue out and everything. But also, we're gonna do a little sneak peek into the wonderful season finale episode of Fake Friends. And Lord, I want you to be so passionate with this one. Now, we both experienced through a lot of bullshit, me, us both included. I went through a lot of fake friendship when I was up here, stuff that I probably told you off camera that I told you mostly. And whew, to the point, y'all, Lauren was going to make a nice, wonderful appearance up here when I told her the lowdown on everything off camera about fake friends, because I want to really talk about. We're gonna jump into the little topic of fake friends, and I know you went through some shit too. Oh, child, y'all. If you got a friend that's acting funny around you, being disrespectful, treat you any other type of fuckery shit that they wasn't treating like that before, take that as a sign and a hint to get the fuck away from them and cut them loose. They will try to damage up your character. It ain't work with me because I'm the crazy one. And so is Lauren.
I'm the crazy one. You're the nice cop. I'm the bad cop.
Well, I am the nice cop, but now I become the crazy Super Saiyan cop.
Yes.
Yes, I do. But yes, about fake friends and the fuckery that go on with it. Okay. And the people that lie on you and damage your character.
I'm sure you're ready for that one.
Oh, I'm ready because it's a therapeutic session when we're on live.
Okay.
It's gonna be.
So there's two types of friends.
Let it out.
You got the real one, and then you got the fake one. But nobody tells you about the gray area because most people think that there shouldn't be a gray area in there. Now that you have left your traumatic experiences, now you're learning to build friends again, or you're still learning to build friends because you're young.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give right away. Staying neutral as a person is not being fake.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been known to give these shirts off my back
for people.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Friendship and relationship, it didn't matter. But you got to think, you got a house or apartment, you're getting to the point where you're doing good money wise. Who comes knocking at your door? People that struggle. Okay.
Come on.
People will fall in love with your hands before they fall in love with you. If you are straight up giving everything you got, there is nothing wrong with being neutral before you be totally real as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because them fake ones are out there. And what they're going to do, you got to learn not to give right away before you start. And that's a terrible one for me, especially for somebody that's got trauma. Somebody that has got a good heart, all this other stuff. Because I will give the shirt off my back to anybody.
Mm. Yeah,
but tell them no and see what happens. That's how powerful. That's a powerful word. Because one thing they're going to say, man, you got it like that. So why do you not want to come off of it? Because I don't have it. No, it's a powerful word. You want to see who somebody is, tell them no. Because that's going to tell you who your friends are. You don't need to tell them your income. You don't need to tell them your apartment. You do not need to tell them anything at first if you are building a relationship with somebody. Don't tell them shit. Because if they know they can get away with you helping them, then they're not going to help themselves. And that's just the way it is. You know, I mean, I thought you were my friend. I love the guilt trip version. I thought you were my friend. Why can't you help me out? I'm sorry to tell you. No, I don't do guilt trips. I used to. I used to literally fall flat on my face in them. We all have. No, you know, no, because the thing is, you did not do, but forget all the rest. I mean, you can do whatever you want to, but they'll forget everything. And they will remember the one thing you didn't do, but they will forget every single thing you did do for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll lie on you too. The minute when they do something fucked up, like they talk about somebody behind their back, including another friend.
Yeah, because you got possessions, you keep them quiet. You got someone that can hear when somebody that loves you can hear you when you're quiet. You know what I'm saying? They'll check on you. They're not going to badger you over money. They're not going to badger you over certain things. They ain't going to do all that. They're not going to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But only when they are in need. And another thing, you'd be surprised what we go through to hear somebody tell us, I love you. You will do everything in the world for this person. Go to the end of earth for them. Go to the end of earth for them, and you're only an option and a convenience to them. That's in relationships. That's in friends too.
Friends with benefits.
Giving and being so real right away to someone who possibly is going to be a fake ass friend or a fake ass relationship. Just because your shit gets wet does not mean it's correct. I mean,
I was gonna say,
we want to be told I love you so bad. You know, that's the thing. You know, you want to be told I love you so bad and receive things back. I mean, if they're not pouring back into the relationship, or if that person is not pouring back into you, then it's time to, you're miserable. Know your worth. You're gonna have to add tax to it. That's just the absolute way it is. And there is no getting around it.
Sure, I mean, there's a way.
You're going to have to tell yourself in the mirror every day, I love you. And that's hard to do. That's hard to do. Because to be honest with you, you are going to have to be caring enough towards yourself 100% to recognize you are recognized and valid to someone. That's the thing. You got to be valid to somebody. And when you come time for you to ask, when you're down and they can't, they never will.
Mm-hmm.
You say can't, you never will. I mean, that's for darn sure, because you never will. And they're not going to stick with you. They're the ones that's riding with you, but not riding for you. Because let it run out of gas and see who's pushing.
I've done that before. I ran out of gas, and the next thing you know, they were talking about, oh, Rachel ain't doing shit. Ray ain't doing this. Lauren ain't doing shit. Or they, oh, he don't want to move out his apartment. He don't want to get out this situation. Those would be the same motherfuckers.
Keep little name out your mouth. Because I'm gonna tell you something, they're gonna drag you down
and damage your character.
Not just that. You need to drown. You need to block them out of your life. You have to block them 100% out of your life. I tell my son all the time, if somebody is talking smack about you on the team, or they doing something like this, you need to go ahead and block them. They ain't for you.
That's what I did. I blocked 2 people that did that to me.
You know what? If you look at your Facebook, every one of you out there, and you look at your Facebook, do you talk to any of them people, or is it just for clout? You only need three people, and really, all I need is one, because the rest of them are a distraction. oh, you want that business, you want all these other things, you want to be a part of 1% and have a business and all this other stuff. Well, guess what I'm going to tell you? A bunch of friends is going to distract you from one person that's going to get you there, and that's yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that's going to get you where you want to go in life is yourself. A career, no one gets you there. The one that's riding for you, though, will always be there. Even while you're working on yourself, that's how you're going to know that you're with the right person. The one that's riding for you is the one that's going to be there. And unfortunately, most of us don't know who that right person is. That's the hard part. That's why I'm telling you, be that gray area. Don't be so real at first. Feel this person out. You want to test them waters.
Mm-hmm.
If they start asking you something off the get go, you already know.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know, you get off me.
Taste the recipe. Taste the flavor.
And it's really, honestly, we want to be accepted. I mean, it's just human nature. We want to be accepted. You know, most of us that's been through trauma want to be accepted. We want to be loved. We want to be appreciated and all these other things. But giving is not going to make you valid. But giving somebody the world is not going to make you valid.
Mm-hmm.
Because that person is going to drown you and kick you right where you lay and walk right out of your life when you're down, when you have nothing, because they drained you of every single last drop of its blood until it's sick of its taste.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite line. I don't care who knows it.
I felt like you were preaching to me. I was like, hallelujah. You saw I was doing this, right?
Because that's what's going to end up happening. It happens in relationships, not just friendships, because friendships turn into relationships most of the time.
Yes, they do.
And the thing of the matter is that you can tell when somebody's about to use you and who's not, because they only come around and they only tell you they love you when you do what? When you give.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't pouring back nothing into you. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship poured back into friendships. If somebody is encouraging you and sticking with you and asking how's things going, you know, are you busy right now? You know, how's this doing or whatever, they're for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're for you. If they're putting in the time and the effort and the constant work, they're for you. That's just how it is. But if you really want to know if this person's going to be loyal as a friend, don't give. Don't be as real. Obviously, be honest. I'm not saying don't be honest with this person. I'm saying don't don't be that real friend to that person. And when I say real, I'm talking about like don't be giving, don't be doing what friends do. We ain't hanging out yet. We ain't doing none of this. It's kind of like building a relationship into a relationship. You ain't going to just throw yourself out there. Unless you're trying to do a first and second interview because you're just sick of this shit. That's a disease called sick of this disease.
Sick of this. I love how you say the sick of this disease. I love that word.
You are, sick of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I say that at work too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of them things. You just really have to you have to be a gray area, you have to be neutral, and you have to feel the person out. You don't can I get a ride home? No, because that ends up being every time I'm at work shit. Can you lend me $20? No, because that ends up being an every week shit. You didn't pay me back the last time. You just have to know. You have to know when you got to be. And most people be like, "Oh, that's being a bitch." No, I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? You. It's not really not totally. You can't. You just can't trust people like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just can't. You have to kind of. You really have to. You really have to stay neutral in the workplace. Because snakes are the ones that call you, that say they love you too. I heard that saying too. Snakes don't just slither no more. They're the ones that say I love you.
And they bite your ass.
right in the ass right now.
I don't like them python son of a bitches.
Because I'm like I said, like people say, you got two different types of friends, real and fake. Ooh, what about that one that just I ain't gonna be your real friend until I see you, till I tell you no, till I see you when you're mad, till I see you act up when I say no. Because if somebody's for you and you just down on your luck, they're gonna make sure you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to talk to them. But the problem is you can't just tell your problems to everybody.
You can't.
Because sometimes we get in an upset situation where we need to talk to somebody, so we'll talk to somebody in the workplace. But trust me, everybody knows your business after that. You work in a hospital, everybody knows your business after that.
You work in a coffee shop, they know your business.
They know your business after that. Mm-hmm.
It's like high school.
Yeah, because adults act worse than children.
Say that again.
Adults do. They act worse than children.
They do. I've seen it firsthand. Say something, y'all.
Over some petty shit.
On some fuckery. Yeah, on some fuck shit. On some fuck shit.
Yeah.
Like, for example, at work, they want to start a rumor. Oh, you fucked. Why you so touchy feeling? Why are you fucking with somebody? Do I look like I fucking do my business at work, you stupid cunt? Are you serious? Like, this is your common sense. Like, no, I don't do that kind of Fernando bullshit. No, I'll never get that shit. Have my blood boil. So what the fuck I look like doing that at work? Y'all must do some fuckery shit at work. I'll be like,
I'll be like, what are you doing at work? I would go right straight into it. Be like, well, what are you doing at work?
I said, I don't fuck like y'all do. I do. I have a crib. I have a roof over my head to do that behind closed doors. You don't need to know none of my business. That's none of your business. I don't fuck around at work. We don't do those things.
I would tell her name was Timeout Tammy. She had to go sit down.
Timeout Tammy. I want to use that one time. Go to Timeout Tammy. Timeout Tammy.
Because she always on a break.
But that was a good one. Shit. I had shit.
Give me a break.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
That's why I said a Kit Kat. You got that employee at work too. That's that Kit Kat that's always on taking a break.
Yeah.
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 They look like a Kit Kat.
Yeah. I would have had some rebuttals to that. I'd be like, what are you doing at work? Taking a break? As always. Normally when I ain't doing much, that's is the most observant.
Yeah. They let themselves be known. They let themselves be known very easily.
I told her, go grab a cart and hush. Go grab an extra roll if there's one and hush.
I would have been like this. You know me, I'm petty as fuck. I'd be like, I'm your whole get killed. I'm petty. I'm petty as hell.
Be telling her to go get a roll if there's one left.
Roll a blunt.
No, I'm talking about a roll from the cart. And tell her to hush. And I probably would have added a hope you choke on it. Just to be an ass, because that's how I am.
Yeah, I actually picture that too. Why do I picture things like that? I'm
telling you, I don't put up with nobody's shit because I don't got time. I'm there to go to work and go home.
That's all I do. Go to work, go home. They be begging me to say, do you want to stay for?
No.
Have a good day. No. They be like, Ray, you don't never say, I don't want to. I'm
you tell them that you are not on the same income level. to care. I'm not on that income level yet to care.
Ooh, I'm out. I'm out that door. Bye.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No.
Why you don't stay? I don't want to. Keep it pushing. Bye.
I said I don't want
I
to.
don't want to. No. And then y'all don't appreciate your workers. Go to hell. No. I am not your slave.
You are not there to be abused. And I tell you know,
Fuck you.
You are not there to be abused. You're not there to be yelled at by an employer. You're not there for that. You're not there for an asshole. You're not getting paid enough. You're not on the same pay grade as somebody else. Okay, you're not on his pay grade. When you start paying me the same amount as you, then we can have this discussion. You can yell because I can yell back at the same pay grade. That's the way I see it. But
you saw how I did, right? Look.
Okay, it is okay to walk off a job if it's that bad.
Look.
I know some of us. You know, I know some of y'all have kids. I understand that, but you are not there to be abused. Period. You are there to do a job and go home. You're not there to do somebody else's job just because their manager can't keep up the slack. Because his ass decides to sit in the back and pick his nose and twiddle his thumbs for you to do a job that he could assist with. Because we're supposed to be team players in the workplace, right? Okay.
Bullshit.
Okay.
They like
We'll see how much of a team player you are when we need assistance up front. We're going to see if you need this. We're going to see how you do. Just because you're a manager don't mean you're above anybody else. Just because you got manager, that means that I understand you earned your way from working on the floor to working in the back. Okay. But when there's stuff that needs to be done in the front, get up and go to the front and help.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't do retail much anymore. Mm-mm. They want to sit here and be like,
it happens more in retail than it does anywhere else, I think.
I don't do it no more. Nope. After COVID, that woke a lot of motherfuckers up. And I said, I hope that woke them up because guess what, boo? I don't get paid that much. You tell me, oh, you go do this, or you better go do as I tell you. I'm not your slave. Go suck a dick. Why don't you go work it? You get paid more than me. And that's why COVID said, fuck you. We and everything got shut on down. Then we learn our lesson today.
Mm-hmm.
Then we learned from COVID and everybody dropped dead and everybody thought it was a joke. And that's what entrepreneurship came in. I'm happy I became an entrepreneur. I was so happy that happened because that was a big blessing on both our ends because I seen a lot of shit while I was working in the hospital. I seen a lot.
I'm still suffering a little bit from that.
Oh, you're not alone.
I'm still suffering a little bit from that.
You know,
almost like a sinus infection worries you still. It's all kinds of things. I think it caused a lot of trauma. I mean, even little bits of trauma. Like mine is small trauma. Like, you know, I hope I ain't getting this crap. You know, like you just start thinking about it because I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I watched it very closely.
Mm-hmm. It's like for me, before I started working at the hospital, it's like when we was on lockdown, I couldn't go out anywhere. I did get what I need to get and then come back to the house, living with mom at the time in Brooklyn. It got me a little bit, but financially, I soared. Like I saved money. I paid off my credit card bills.
That part.
I was stocking up bread. Boo, I was bringing home almost 10 G. And I was proud of myself. And I said, I paid my mom her rent and I still stocked up bread. I did very good. When it comes to me money saving, I'm a saving bitch.
Yeah, entrepreneurship, you will find all kinds of fake friends.
And they reveal themselves.
Very fast. God knows very fast.
They're like, I want to help you, but like, you're this.
That's why you got to work on you and you got to stay focused on you. because I will tell you this right now. Once you start making it, they start coming out the freaking woodwork.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. No, bitch, stay right over there.
You are not with me through it, then you have no backstage to it. Because I can tell you this right now, you will not be there with me.
Stand clear to closing doors.
Hell no. Focus on you. If you're going to do entrepreneurship, that's a part of fake friends. It's all kinds. Now, fake friends are in your relationships. You know, like when you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, he fake. He lied on the application. Look
See how
for
many-
your signs. Look for your signs. Tell him no. See what he's like when you cannot actually genuinely say you love somebody until you see them when they're mad. Because you gotta know if you can handle their shit or not. Telling somebody no, you can actually see the annoyment, like how annoyed. I don't even think that's a word.
Annoyment?
I don't think so.
The annoyance? You mean?
Whatever. I think we just
Whatever, the annoyance. You see how I'm just leaning to the mic.
We made it 2 words.
We made it to
anyhow, you don't know. So you don't know how somebody is until they're mad. In entrepreneurship, you want to see a customer act like a child. Whew.
The ignorancy of it.
the way you switch your voice. Because she knows.
I mean, you want Walmart price for me, and I can't give you that.
They want the cheap deal.
Do what they- Yeah,
They want the cheap deal.
I'm high. I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, I'm not overly expensive, but I mean, you want fresh ingredients. You want fresh.
But you want to pay a cheap price for it, and you know how the ingredients cost like an arm and a leg to make that bitch. To make a cake, to make hair grease, all that and above. You know it costs some bread, especially that organic shit. Especially their vegan.
Yeah, and I don't play with vegan stuff. I'm sorry. No, I'm not, because I'm eating meat. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. If you want something to taste like bacon, you need to eat bacon. Okay. But everybody has a preference, and that's just how it rolls.
That part.
But entrepreneurship, anything online, e-commerce, anything like that, don't let nobody know you doing it. Don't let nobody doing it. You are going to have to keep everything you want very quiet. And you're going to have to focus on it. And the thing is fake friends will always be there, but you're going to have to weed them out. You're going to have to stay neutral. You're going to have to be that little bit of gray area. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to tell you what I do. I'm not going to tell you certain things. It's basically just keeping your private life very, very private. Yeah, it's okay, but don't be 100% real about that. And when I say 100% real, I'm talking about tell them everything about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that.
Mm-mm.
Entrepreneurship, people will use you. Very much so.
Every day of the week.
Yes. Yeah, family will be the worst one to use you.
Come on now.
I want free shit. That's literally, are you going to cut me a deal on this? No, I'm not cutting you a deal on shit, because that's how I feel. That's how I feed me. That's how I feed my kids. I don't got time for you. I'm working on something right now. The only person in this world that knows it is Ray. But my e-commerce, I do have, I have a Shopify store. I do other things other than just cake. I mean, there's several streams of incomes that you do. There's several ways of doing things. The problem is people give up before they even know it. And it's going to take a long time for it to do what it's supposed to do. And you're going to have to push and push and push and push and push until you want to literally give up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you that. You're going to want to. But don't do it. That's the difference between you and a 1%. And fake friends, will sit there and distract you if they know they can suck your freaking ass dry. Because I'm going to tell you something. A friend that is actually jealous of you will sit there and literally annoy you, try to take you away from what you are doing. One that's for you is going to be like, what you up to? And be like, I'm working right now. And they're going to be like, all right, well, just get up with me later. That's how you know they respect your time and effort.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do. But a fake one? No. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. They don't care. They don't care about what you're doing.
They just want to take.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well, we're gonna have to stop right there, baby, because we're gonna save all the wonderful, wonderful juiciness for the next podcast episode. Yes, on the season finale of Buddha Bear Talks, the podcast. If you guys like this wonderful vibe we're doing on this live, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Buddha Bear himself. And please follow Lauren on Gourmet Chef Life on Instagram. Please make sure I'm saying that damn shit right, because I want to look like I'm going to get beat murdered live.
You said it right, but I don't have my cakes and stuff up there. But if you're gonna follow me on anything, you know, I do have a Chef L page. It's Chef_L, and that's where you can go and follow me and check out my cakes and stuff. But I do numerous income streams other than cake, but I love my cake business. That's my go-to. That's my therapy. That's my trauma therapy. So
yes, and she could bake, y'all. She bakes these fucking fly ass cakes, so you better get your orders in and stop that fucking bullshit. Come on, North Carolina, get your shit together and help this motherfucker out. She rocks this shit. This is how she feeds her family. Shit.
that's
Get
how
it
Ray gets free shit. I do got to send you those, by the way. I'm getting ready to send those tomorrow.
No worries. I can't wait to taste all the fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait. If you guys are following me on Instagram, we're going to be. You didn't see that.
Yeah,
Well, shut up. Follow me on BBear 2023. That's my personal Instagram page. You want to follow Buddha Bear Talks, the podcast. Follow at, I think it's BB Talks 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I had a brain fart just now. Don't judge me, y'all. It's been a long damn day. But yes, on the next episode, on the season 3 finale of Buddha Bear Talks, we're going to be continuing to talk of fake motherfucking friends and all that shit in between. You know, the fuckery that we just gave you a little snippet TT on. It's going to be a part 2 to this. Yes. And you will not want to miss it. So grab your wine, grab your popcorn, and get ready for the season 3 finale, bitch. And I can't wait till we do this wonderful venture together with me and Lauren, bitch. Just stay tuned, because I can't give you no details. You just have to stay tuned, like I said in the last video. So, well, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Buddha Bear Talks, the podcast, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more, please rate us a 5-star. And comment if you like this powerful thing that you see in front of us, because you know I'm full of animatedness. And you know, bitch, we got all the flavor and everything. Because that's how we do in Buddha Bear Talks. We give you all the tea and make that bitch simmer. And then we become the flavor that you want in your life. Oh, yes. Until the next episode.
You always going to say
Until the next episode, y'all, it's time to motivate. Bye, my beautiful motherfuckers. It's time to dip. Later, Lauren.